Hello, it is Miss with Being Creative with Miss. How are you this evening? I am glad to be back with you. It has been a bit, so I am excited to be here. We're going to do a cute spring project, and I will show you what that looks like. It's really cute, and here it is, large in charge. So I think these are really cute. So tonight we are going to work on a spring project. So as you know, things are a little crazy, and I haven't been feeling well either. But so I was going to do a little stencil project and was not able to finish that, get it all ready. So I already had these ready, so we're going to do a cute spring printable. So when I designed these, I really wanted them to look happy and cheerful. So that is exactly what they look like. So I will show you them again. So they are definitely happy and cheery. And then I made 3 different tags for this one. And this round one, we're going to put like a 3D flower on. And then it also has just a spring flowers, $2 per bundle. So that's what we're up to tonight. So, and it is also available in this 8x10. I put an 8x10, and it has writing on the wheelbarrow. It says spring flowers established and guaranteed delivery on that. So that's an option as well. But tonight we're going to work on one of these, and these fit perfectly on a 1x6 or a 2x6. So that's what I have right here. Is this one's chunky, which I love chunky projects, and this is a 1x6. But with the 1x6, as I've shown you many times, I'm trying to see if I have one behind me. I picked up a lot of the stuff trying to move it, and but I've shown you how to put the metal easel back on, which is perfect if you want to use a 1x6. And those are linked. They just look like this. They're super easy to use, and that's what I'll use on this white one. So it'll just go right there, and then it will be able to stand. Of course, the chunky one stands on its own. But if you go to my link tree, Being Creative with Miss link tree, there is a printable information sheet on there that I did for you a couple weeks ago, and it has all the links, and this is on it. It has all the, like it's just a printable information sheet that I keep repeating all the time myself and answering questions. So I made one list, gave it to you a couple weeks ago, because it's just easier, and then everything's kind of in one place for you, and it's not as confusing. So I tried to do that to make that easier. We are going to cut them out. So I don't know. I think I first was going to do the light blue one tonight, and then I was like, no, I'll do the yellow one. No. And then I never did totally decide, so there's that. So I have to put on my crazy glasses just so I can cut a straight line, because I don't always do good at that. So as I told you before, if you're doing a lot of the printables, I found, I went to Joann's. Sad they're closing. But I went to Joann's. These are just Singers, so they aren't like super expensive or anything. And they're on sale a lot, or I use a coupon. But I bought these. They're kind of longer, but I just kind of designated them for my printables, because I just always felt like I needed a good pair of scissors that would cut them, and I was always scrambling, and so I invested. When I say invested makes it sound like they're expensive. They're not. So anyway, and then I cut it crooked, and mine are never super straight, and it doesn't even really show. But that is the light blue. Isn't it cute? It's just so cute. So which one do you like better? Do you like the blue one with the blue buffalo check background, or do you like the yellow one? The 2 bunnies or the 1 bunny? Do you have a preference which you like? I go back and forth. I'm like, I love that, the 2 of them together because they just look like they're having a good time. And then I kind of go to the yellow one and I'm like, oh, I like that one. So, I don't know. But I'm doing them both, so it doesn't matter. Only doing one on here, but anyway, so we're just cutting the edges straight. Well, as straight as we can get them. And believe me, they are not perfect. So we're going to do this, and then we're going to edge around them. So if we use, I did a stained and a white. So I thought the stain might be cute with this one, just kind of accent the brown on it. I just thought that would be cute. And then I'll use like probably a flower stencil or something on it to kind of I don't know, dress it up some. And then on this one, I thought I would use the white in the metal easel back, and I'll put it about right there. And then I will tie around the top like I did when I showed you this one. It'll have like the jute around the top like that. And by doing that, we can use, you know, like one of the tags. So we'll pick out a tag. So I don't know which one to do. I don't know what. I keep trying to decide which one to do. So there we are. So this tag I thought would be really cute with a little flower in the middle. And this tag is just plain. So you have 3 tags you can choose from on this. So I like to add some tags because I think it makes it easier for you. And you can, if you want to make them even thicker, you can put them on a piece of wood, or you can also just double them up. Like if you have this extra canvas, say you're not going to use this tag, you could glue that on top or on the back or whatever, and make like a thicker tag, a stronger tag, or you could put it on like a piece of cardboard and cut around it, like a really heavy cardstock. I have some really heavy, like you wouldn't put it through a printer. It's not cardboard, but it's really thick, and you can cut it. So that would be a good way to make those a little bit stronger as well. So that is what I like to do with that. So this one I thought would be fun to add, like I said, like one of these little paper flowers. So I love these. These are from Hobby Lobby, these little tiny ones. And I just got some more from Michael's because they had that 30 off coupon thing over the weekend. And like if you ordered online. So I ordered online. I haven't picked it up yet. So I thought like it would be cute to put like a couple little flowers. You could put 2 or 3. You could probably put 3. But I thought I left that blank because I thought, well, how fun would that be to actually add some little flowers? So I thought that would make a super cute little tag. And I think it does. So I'm just going to lay this down here and then I'll show you what I'm doing. So I'm going to kind of overlap them a little bit. I'm not going to cover up. I don't want to cover up any of my wording, but I think I flipped my other one somewhere when I caught that on the glue string. Oh, here it is. There it is. So these are just really fun to kind of play with. Trying to make sure I don't cover that up. I did a little bit, but you know what? Never fear. I'll just trim that little petal because I don't want it to cover my... So by doing that, look how cute that tag is. Get the string off of it. And so we'll add a little bit of glitter to that. And isn't that so cute? So that'll look super cute. Like on this one, if we tie the string around it and add that tag, isn't that cute? Or... we can add it here at the top of this one, or we can add the bow on top and add it here. But that's really, really cute. But I think this tag is going to look really cute with that one. And I didn't really leave a place for a flower on this. I mean, I didn't do it on purpose, but you can definitely put one right on the edge. So while we're just playing in glue and flowers, let's just add a little. This is kind of the neutral colored one. It's just kind of whitish, creamish with a brown center. But that looks really cute, doesn't it? Minus the glue string. So it'll work on that one too. So those are just super cute. Super way to add just something really cute. So on the block, I would definitely do some stencil up the side and stencil on the back. And I pulled some that I'm going to use. I love this the new flower stencil that she did, because all these work really good with just like to do a single thing on the back. Like we just recently did that. Was it this one? Yep, we did a single one on the back of this one. And I think it's so cute. And we did texture on some of the flowers. So I thought we could do the same thing on this, just you can add some texture to the flowers. The glitter on it looks really pretty. And then by the time you do the bow and add the tag and stuff, and we added some flowers up there. But we used that stencil down the side and then that one on the back. And so just the stencil dresses it up so much. So that is just a really fun thing to do. So it's really neat to incorporate the stencils and just kind of kick it up a notch. So that's fun. So I think we'll do this one, and we'll go ahead and grunge up the edges a little bit. I'm going to use gathered twig on that. And let me get my little tool here and make sure it's clean. So I'm just going to take this and kind of grunge up the edges a tad. So I'm going to use, like I said, gathered twig, and just go right down along the edges. And we can also do it on the wood as well. You could do that and just kind of dress that up, or not dress it up, but kind of shade it a little bit so it's just not so stark. But this is super fun to do. It's fairly quick, but it's fun. I don't think you can really mess it up. And if you do, you can just take a baby wipe and back some of it back off, which is nice. So sometimes you can use two colors. You could even probably use a little bit of, what's the Victorian one we have? Victorian Velvet. I probably should have used a little bit of that first and put a little bit of pink around it. That's a really pretty mauve-ish color. That would have looked really pretty, but I didn't think of it in time. So we have that done. So we can adhere it to our board. So I'll just center it on there. So I'm going to use a glue stick. Oh, I know what I was going to do. So I was going to take this and just kind of go along the edges of the board a little bit. And you don't have to do this either. You can sand it a little bit before you do it too, if you want. I just kind of put it on the edge. So I didn't want it quite that far in. So the nice thing is you can back that right back off and kind of tone it down. So have no fear if you're not used to playing with this stuff. It is fun to do, and you don't have to worry about messing it up. So I like to come in on the corners a little bit. I like how that looks. I do that on the prints as well. And we'll also, you can spatter it a little bit. Do all kinds of things to it to kind of make it look better. So now I'm just rubbing some excess from my brush down the sides there. All right, so I am going to set this with some heat just to make sure it is all dry. And then we'll put some glue on it and set our tacks. And I could, like, sometimes I'll go ahead and just have the print already on there because you've seen me do it before, but then I also end up getting lots of questions because we have new people, and they don't know. So, I mean, they don't know. I don't know how to get a lid off, apparently. So, I'm just going to go right around the edge. This is probably the best tip I was ever given, concerning these anyway. Because then you don't have to worry about getting glue lines or bubbles or anything, but it works really good. So I kind of put it out on the sides, or out on the edges, and then I'm just gonna put it down and try to center it to the best that I can. Just use my spatula. I have it a little bit. I think I have a little bit more room on one side. It'll be fine. What is it I always tell you my mom says? A man on a galloping horse will never know. Alright, so that's adhered good. So the tacks are really just decorative. And you could just tack it. I always say that too. You could just tack it if you don't want to full width doing anything, but I kind of think it makes it glue better. So these are the tacks from Amazon that I have linked, and I really like them. I just really like them because they're smaller. But like these are from Hobby Lobby, so you can definitely get those. These are from Hobby Lobby. They're a little bit different. They also have some, like if they're like furniture tacks and stuff in the like upholstery section at like Lowe's and Home Depot and stuff like that. And I just kind of wing it. Just kind of put them on there. But some of them are easier to tap in than others. These are from, the ones from Amazon are super easy to tap in. And I just like the size of them. Some of them I have are more decorative. And sometimes I like the more brown ones, or it's a bronzy looking. But some of them are so big, and a lot of times I'm not doing a big print. So I don't really want it to be so big. So I just use those. Okay, so now we are going to do a little bit of rust. Every time I look at it, I keep thinking, yeah, he needs a little bit of rust. so let's get some cinnamon. So we're just going to use some Mod Podge and make us a little bit of rust. So I'm just going to get some kind of brush. I don't really want to use a great one. Here's one that's losing some hairs. That looks like a good choice. So I am going to just take my brush, and maybe that's too big. Let's get one of our little handy dandy eyeliner brushes, because that will give us a littler brush area, and then I can just throw it away and I don't even have to worry about it. So I'm going to put a little bit in my lid, and then I pour out a bunch. So I'm going to get my cinnamon. And I am going to dab. So this all looks kind of rusty, so I'm just going to dab around on it just to give some texture-ish places there. And you don't have to do all of it. You can just dab in areas, like maybe where it looks heavier. So we definitely don't have to do it all. And I did not turn down my fan, so I'm going to shake as I go instead of wait until the very end, because it will probably dry. So once that dries, that's the glue will dry transparent, and it'll have a really good look to it. Now, when it dries, well, I don't know, you might be able to do it now. If you want it to look, well, I was going to say, you can also give it a different look if you want to go back over this with a little bit of glue without lifting it, and that'll dry on top. It'll give you like a little bit more textured raised places, and it kind of seals it in better. Or you can also go back and sprinkle a little more on, and then it's just a little bit more raised up in those places. But you can let it dry a little bit before you do that, is kind of what I like to do. So out there on the wheel, it has quite a few rusty places, and then in on the wheelbarrow, there's just some sporadic little places. So you can add some rust to that. And of course, this is optional. If you don't want to rust it up, grunge it up, you don't have to. But it's just kind of fun to. It just gives it a little more, just another layer of dimension. That's kind of fun. So if we wanted to go ahead and layer on some more while we have it out, you can definitely do that. So this one has rust on it too, kind of in a different way. So you would do the same thing with that. You would just like I would just kind of tap around, and like it's heavier up here, so I might make some of that more, like when I said dimensional, go back and add some more, but just add some here and there, and it just adds a lot, I think. Especially when it's dry. It looks really neat, so I just think that's fun. So, so now that I set that just a bit, like if you wanted to come over here and tap some more glue, you just kind of have to be careful that you're not lifting it back off. But it definitely just needs to dry completely after you do this, and then you will see how neat it looks. I can just pick up from my pile here since I've got so much sprinkled everywhere. But that just adds a little bit of rust to him. So now we can, I'll see if I can blow it all over the place. We can add some dimension to the flowers, just like we did on that other print. And then that kind of is neat too, because it kind of makes some of those stand off. So I just throw that away, and then I'm done with that. It looks really cute, but it kind of looks whitish a little bit, but as soon as it dries, that will definitely take care of that. So we can add some dimension to it, and all we do when we do that is just add the modeling paste to any color of paint. So this is a brand spanking new bottle, tub. I guess it's not a bottle, it's a tub. My other one was clear to the bottom and getting quite gunky around the side. So I bought a smaller one. My other one was great big. So I bought a smaller one this time because I thought that one got hard to get down into. It was so deep. And I've had it for so long that it was starting to dry up on the edges. But man, I've used it a bunch. So modeling paste is great because you can just make any of your paint heavy bodied by adding whatever color you want to it. So I think I'll add, maybe I'll add just a little bit, maybe pink, and see mauvey pink or something, and see how that looks to add just a little bit of dimension. I may have to reach up here. Let me see what I have. Sorry. I was like, I think I need a different pink as well. Yeah, that's the color I want. So this is Cottage Rose, and I'm going to mix some of the modeling paste with it. So the first pink I put out is called Blush Pink, and I really like that color. I've been using it a lot, and it will work too, but I thought maybe this one would be a little stronger in color. So on the bigger print of the blue one, it'll be a lot easier to do the flowers because it's so much bigger. But you can definitely do it. So I kind of ruined this brush. It's one of my good Senseless Muff brushes, but I ruined it because I left it in water, which I feel like I say all the time. But, so you can just come in and just add some texture to those. And I also, like, I'm just going to do this one side of that. Like, I'm going to do the darker side. And kind of come up, and I went out of my line a little bit. So you don't have to do the whole thing. You can kind of just do, like I just did the darker there. And then maybe like a little bit the darker base. But it looks really pretty when it dries, because it just looks neat to have the raised up places, almost like, you know, when you see an oil painting and it has the raised up brush strokes or whatever. So I think it looks kind of neat. So you can just pick any of the flowers to do that on. Just dress them up a little bit. You could do the yellow centers of those daffodils if you wanted. You could even add a little bit to the inside of his ears if you wanted to do that, but I'm going to add glitter there, so I'm not going to. But you could actually do the glitter and the dimension if you wanted. So that's kind of drying pretty pretty dark. So you can also then go in and take some white, and now I'm just going to add some of that darkened pink and make a lighter version. And then we'll go back and kind of add it into places. But all this is totally optional. It's just all on how much you want to add to something you're doing. Definitely up to you what you want to do. So now I'm just going to come back in with that and kind of just hit in other, you know, like the other lighter places. But when it dries, it looks really pretty. You just want to make sure you try to leave it, like I smoothed that one out, and I don't want it to look smooth. I want it to look textured. So I had to go back and make myself correct that. I'm trying to think. So we can also add some here. And then that's all we'll do with that. Then we'll add some glitter and get it kind of glittered up a little bit, because that always makes a big difference. Now, just like down here, you can definitely go back, like if it sets a minute, especially with my fan up there whirling around, you can definitely go back and go right back over top of places and thicken it up. So like this one looks kind of smooth after it dried, so I'm just going to go back and hit it real quick with a little bit. And I just like it to look like brush strokes, I can't even talk. Yeah. And then if you want to come back in, I still have some dark over here. You can do the same thing with your dark places. Just get it to how you want it to look. Like that one's going to be really raised, which I like. I went out of line a little bit, but I just smoothed it out. Overlap it a little bit. Now, you could absolutely sprinkle some glitter on this while it's wet, or you can just wait and reserve it for some of the other areas, which is what I'm going to do. But it's really cute. I know it never shows as much on camera, but it looks really cute. And I'll shade a couple of those areas too, which will really make it look better. Alrighty. So I'm going to get the Mod Podge again. And I'm going to take, better get my, well, let me see. Before I do that, I was going to see about a flower for her head. I didn't want to get too crazy with that, but I thought she might look cute with the flower up there. But I don't want it to be too much with my tag, but I don't think it will be. I think it'll be fine. So we'll add that, and then we'll glitter. I just love her happy little face. She's so happy looking. Okay, so in the glitter, like I said, again, I just like to touch places, almost use it as a highlight and accent those places. It's fun to do. So I definitely want some on this lighter part of the ear, because I think that will look really good. So I'm just like the highlighted areas. Just adding that there. And then use the Rock Candy glitter, which has the best shine on stuff like this. And then shake it onto the glitter tray. And then anywhere else that you want to use it. So I'm going to use it on, like, there's some of these places that did not get dimensional paint. I'm going to add some to the daffodils here and there. And then some, there's just, like I said, some tulip places that didn't have anything. And then also just kind of streak it on some of the leaves, and it just looks so pretty. Whoops, I almost spilled that whole thing. That would have been bad. So, oh, the glitter, look, the glitter just makes it. It really makes it stand out. So cute. Got a glue string right there. So cute. Let me see. I was looking at that flower. I don't know if any of these little petals are big enough or not. I was going to see if I could stick a little leaf under there. I can. And I will. I just can't use my hot glue because that would be a disaster. So I'm just going to go to this kind of glue, maybe. This is art glitter glue, but you could use like Arlene's tacky glue or anything like that. I'm going to take that leaf. This is probably a little much, but I kept looking at it going, I think that needs a little leaf under it. So let's stick that right there. This is just greenery from my house. So I just go around and snip pieces off. But I say sometimes when you're looking for stuff, shop your house, and you can usually find some stuff. So that's what I did. There's little sprigs laying around in here because I use them different times. So there, she's got a little greenery on her head too. All right, so that one looks pretty good. So we'll use the like the jute around the top. So you can just pull off a section of it there. I'm anxious for the rust to dry. I can already see like it's standing up on it, and it looks kind of neat. So fun. So fun to add the little things like that. And this is just no rhyme or reason, just however many times you want to go around. And like I said, I will add that metal easel on the back of this so it will stand up. I'm going to take it one last time. What did I do? Okay. Oh, no. That's too short. I did something. What did I do? Hang on. Hold the phone. There we go. All right. So now we're going to tie it off to the side. So you can kind of tie it up here. Actually, I'm going to tie it in a knot instead of a bow, and then I'm going to go back under it and tie the bow and when I add my material and stuff. That will probably be the best idea. So I'll trim that kind of short because I don't want it to show. So then you can go underneath it, which I don't think this piece is big enough. I don't know. But you can kind of scrunch it underneath and then bring it up and tie it, and then tie it again, and we can slide. So you can use like lots of different things for texture. Like I like using that. I like using some raffia. This was some yellow flannel, which matched perfect. It's just like a real pale flannel. So flannel or just any homespun is my favorite. Of course, but any fabric that's the same on both sides. I don't really like to use fabric that's like white on the back or not woven clear through, like so it doesn't have the same pattern on the back. I don't really like how that looks. So I don't really like to use that. So but this yellow flannel will be fine. I'm going to take the gathered twig. So I use that so much. I also like hickory smoke really well as well. I use the gathered twig, I feel like, the most, but I don't know where my hickory smoke is. I need to find it. So I'm just going to add a little bit to the edges because we did that on the edges of this. So since I already did that, I kind of wanted to carry that through a little bit, and then it wouldn't look so stark on the edges. So just really quickly, I'm going to add that. And kind of make it look better. Well, I think it's better. I'm also going to do it on the white, a little bit on the white edges, so it just doesn't look so stark. So you can also pick it up and just get it more right on the edge if you want to do that. So. Okay, I love this cotton. I don't know, I always call it cotton ribbon. I don't really know what it's called. It's from Hobby Lobby. It's just called twill tape, but it's like real thick. But you know that I love to stencil on that. Like, I like to stencil coordinating things on it. That's always fun. But we're just gonna add a little bit of grunging to it. So we already tied this the other evening, and now we have it all ready to go. And then I just added kind of grunged up the edges a little bit. So, oh, I got this. I think this matches this so well. I was looking through my ribbon. This is so pretty, and I bought it, oh, it's probably been a month or more ago, but it has been recent. So it would have been, oh, is it 40 or 50 off when they have, you know, every other week thing. So it was $4.49 regular, so whatever it was, if it was 40 off, I'm not sure if it was 40 or 50 off. But anyway, it was all on sale when I bought it. But I didn't have anything to go with, I didn't buy it specifically for anything when I bought it. I just thought it was so pretty. So it's called crepe ribbon, and that's what it looks like. Like, it's really puckery, but it's really pretty. It's a really pretty color pink, but it goes with that really, really well. So I was getting some ribbon out there, and I'm like, oh, that I can use that with that. It's so pretty. So it has a little edging on it, so I don't have to trim it any. So I'm going to cut a couple pieces to use for that. Oh goodness, I think the house is going to blow away. So I do think that's pretty. So I'm going to kind of put that over my ribbon. And then I do have a little bit of blue. I could have darkened the edges of that, but I didn't. And then just kind of put this in there. And then we'll add, I just have one of these. I don't know why I only did one of those. It kind of matches that. I might leave that off. I like it, but that's more stark. But it's just kind of got a fun texture. So I'm all about like the different textures and stuff because that's really fun to add it. So let's add the yellow in. I want that blue to show though. I want to make sure my blue shows. I even have this jute. I was going to put that in. I couldn't decide if it looked good or if it didn't look good. I don't know. I kept looking and I'm like, I don't know. So do you think this green, like a touch of that green, or do you think I could bury it? Maybe it wouldn't show as much. I don't know. I could do this and bring my blue up a little more. And then put my yellow. Oh, I could put this green. I can pull it out. If it doesn't look good, I'll pull it out. Because I don't know. I don't know. Okay. We'll see. Okay. I think I did that wrong. I got it, well, not wrong. No wrong way to do it, but I think I got them a little out of order there. Okay, so then I'm just going to take the, try to find my thing to bring my jute up around and tie it. Cinch it all together. So see what we've got. So all the rage I've seen on like so many different things, using sisal in bows, like more primitive stuff, but it's really fun. And the kind of sisal they're using I've not used, but I used to keep sisal rope, and I actually still have it, but we moved it. I told Shiloh when we were doing it, I'm like, we can put the rope, I won't use it, be using it, because I use it on door hangers. And then the other thing I use it for is sometimes instead of using raffia, I'd swap it out for scarecrow hair. So, oh, I forgot to stiffen my fabric. I meant to dunk it in my glue can here. Okay, this one's not going to have that because I already done it all done. But anyway, I would swap out, raffia and use the sisal, and you could pull it apart and use it for different things, which is perfect for the bows. But the kind they're using is like it comes in a bag, like from Hobby Lobby or wherever. You can get it on Amazon or whatever. So I did order some the other day, and we are going to use it in with the primitive prints that we're going to be doing. So I think it's pretty. I mean, it's kind of neat. But I would have used my sisal rope if I had it down here. Okay, so then you can kind of just maneuver it however you want, but it looks really pretty. Like all the colors kind of help that to come out. So that's kind of neat. So, and I like this little bit of this jute ribbon sticking out because it's all about the different texture and the different, all the different layers. So that's really fun. I'm going to wipe this off because I made this mistake the other night and mixed it with the blue, and we didn't want that. Let's see if I can kind of rub off some of that. Actually, I could use one of my sponges too. I actually have more of these over here. I should have just got a clean one. It's good to dedicate the different colors sometimes. I'm always just flying around and doing whatever. But that's a white flower, and I'm just going to use that Distress Oxide, that ink on there, and then I'm going to dry it, see if I can get it to set on that, because they're kind of plastic, but I think it'll be okay. So we shall see. So I think I'm going to put that little flower in the middle of it, that little button. I thought that would be cute. Yeah, it stayed good. So I'm just going to glue it right in the middle. So now that I have it off the card, I'm going to hit the edges as well. But I was trying to find a button. I was going to use an old button, and all my old buttons aren't up here, so I need to get those. So I thought, oh, I bet I can ink that. And I think it's going to stay. I'm just trying to go around the edges, then I'm going to hit it with my dryer to set it on there. But we'll see how that looks. We'll just glue it in the middle. So I love doing the bow and it's just fun to add that. I like how it turned out. I really do. So I don't know if I can poke a hole with this or not. Looky there, multi-use tool there. I do have a whole bunch somewhere, so I don't know if I can actually get jute through this or not, but I will try. But you do need, like, it's better to have a whole bunch because then you can actually punch a hole. Or if you don't want to punch a hole, you can absolutely just glue the edge of it up in there. I've done that before. If you don't want to fool with the hole, or if it's just not, the hole doesn't really work, you can go and just glue it up under, like a place where you can see. I guess it would be up in here. So I was trying to add a little bit of string to mine, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to or not. I should have grabbed my hole punch before I went live. That would have been the good thing to do. But there's a will, there's a way, right? Okay. So we have that. So before we go any further, we are going to attach this little tag. And I should have just, if I had a hole punch, I would have strung it up through there and then tied my bow. But you can do it either way. You can just slip it under and attach it. It'll all work. It all comes out. So I am going to pull, this little beading tool is so good for slipping under stuff, under scarves or whatever, except I don't know if I'm going to get the right, I might have should have put the other side under that. You can slip stuff right underneath. Like a lot of times I use it when I'm doing scarves and I already have the scarf on and I want to put, like attach a tag to the scarf, and I'll run that right up underneath the scarf, and then that works great. That thing is, that and my dotting tool are like very, very used, well-used tools in my crafting business, and they're both so stinking cheap. They're very inexpensive, but it's something I use a lot. I'm sorry, this should have been going seamlessly, and here we are. I got my end all frayed, and I just have a mess because I don't have a hole punch. As soon as I get off of here, I'm going to find that hole punch on the table because I just saw it. It's just who knows where I moved it to. Although I might have to do it before I get off this live. Okay, there we go. We got it. Yay! We did it. All right, so I'm just going to attach it. And you can use any of the tags that come on that sheet. And I do love that. I wrote that on my post last night. Like, I love that, the tags that come with it. And the vintage print we're going to do tomorrow night, it has tags with it as well. And I just think and we're going to do something, paint on those other tags. And I think that you will like it. I think it's going to be cute. We're going to add a little bit of painting to it. So, all right. I am going to shoot a little bit of glue underneath here to hold that bow a little more securely. And then always trim up any places that you feel like need trimmed up, if you feel like something looks too long or whatever. So that is our tag. And then I'm just going to glue that little button right in the middle. And you could use this, or you could use like the other diamond glitter glue, or another kind of glue if you don't want to use hot glue. But it's really cute. I'll show it up close to you. But anyway, so I have to add the easel on the back, and then it is good to go, and I like it. And I'm anxious to do this one. I want to do it. I was going to go ahead and do it tomorrow night live, but I think I'm just going to go ahead and do it, and I'll show it to you tomorrow night. But I think that it is really cute. That is where you can add those flowers to the tag, and I showed you that the other night. But I think this is going to be cute. But the rust looks really good on there, so after it dried, and I always feel like I'm trying to show you the texture on it, but it's so hard to see. But this one looks really neat too, and it's all raised up because I kind of doubled the layer. So yeah, it's just a fun... It's just a fun print. So between the rust and the glitter and the bow, I like it. And this soft yellow in that flannel, and that came from Joann's. I'm sure they had the yellow flannel at Hobby Lobby too. All right, well, I will let you all go and join me tomorrow night at 8, and we will do a vintage print that I think you'll really like. So there's 2 prints, but I'll just do one of them. But I really, really like it, and I hope you do too. It's just very more primitive-y, vintage, but I love that. So we will have fun doing that. So I will see you hopefully tomorrow night. I hope you can join me. I will be here, and I hope to see you here. So I'll see ya. Have a good evening. Bye.